Hi everyone, welcome to Media and Citizenship. In this video, I would like to introduce myself, and in the next videos, I'd like to talk more about the course, and then we'll be able to get into starting some of the course concepts. So to start, my professional title is Dr. Melissa Foster, and a bit of my personal background, I'm from upstate New York. If you imagine New York State as being a dog's head, like if the eye were here, I grew up right around where the mouth would be. I grew up in the countryside, and I never even left New York State until I was 22 years old, I suppose. So my educational background, I started off going to Corning Community College. I have an identical twin, and she and I were the first to in our family to go to college. And I got my bachelor's degree from Alfred University. This was our career development center. It was for sure the most beautiful building I'd ever seen. Having grown up in the countryside, I'd never seen anything like that, and that was just the career development center. After I finished my bachelor's degree, I went to Japan to teach English for a couple years. That was a lot of fun. And then when I came back to the States, I went to Western Kentucky University, where I got a master's degree in experimental psychology. And my main area of research there was the visual system of zebrafish. And after that, I came to the Ohio State University, which is where I got my second master's degree and my PhD, which are both in the area of health communication. So I've always sort of been in the social sciences. So now, what do I do? So most of you are probably aware that your instructors, everybody does some kind of teaching, but we do other things as well. We either do research or something applied. I do research, and then we do some kind of service as well. So for the teaching part of that, I obviously teach this class, Media and Citizenship. This is one of my babies in that this class didn't exist, but I thought it was something that should exist because there are all these things about our relationship with media that have a very important impact on you as a citizen, your rights, and services that are available to you that I just felt like nobody knew about a lot of that kind of stuff. So it was important for us to talk about it. I also teach another course that falls under the same theme in the new general education program. The citizenship theme also has a class called persuasive communication. So I usually teach at least one section of that each semester. There's multiple people that teach that one. I also sometimes teach the media and violence course, which it fits under the theme for health and wellness. Because we do look at how this relationship between media and violence, but the opposite side of the coin is how media can be used to foster the opposite of violence, pro-social behaviors. I also teach the history of communication, which is a course that under the new GE program, it counts as a social and behavioral sciences foundation course. And I teach some of the GE bookend courses. So within new general education programs, students have to take a launch course and a reflection course at the end of their 4 years or however long they're at the university. So these are the 5 regular courses that are kind of lecture style courses that I do teach pretty much every semester. I teach all 5 of these. But then I also teach an independent research course where I have undergraduate students who are really interested in learning a little bit about research. So I have a small group of people. It's one of those kind of invitation only classes. But I really like doing research with undergraduate students. So that's something that keeps me busy as well. So that's the teaching part of the triangle of what I do here at the university. Like I said, I do research. My area is in the field of health communication. And basically, my goal with health communication is that I really just want to learn how to use the media to try to get people to be a little bit nicer to each other. So that is something that I look into. And then, like I said, everyone does some kind of service as well. Usually everyone's on some kind of committee. Somehow I'm not on a committee right now. My main service is peer review. That's something that we'll talk about when we get to module 2, when we talk about finding and evaluating sources. But I'm one of those people who reads through other people's research before it can get published to provide some kind of feedback, comments, positive comments, sometimes criticisms as well. so that we can ensure that everything is up to par before it gets published in peer-reviewed journals. So that's kind of what I do. Now let's talk about my role in your education. So I want to give you a little bit of a metaphor. I've never played this game myself, but there's this really popular video game called Mario Brothers. And in Mario Brothers, and this was around when I was a kid. I just, we didn't have like any video games in my household, but it existed when I was a kid. But my understanding of the game is that the main goal is that there's this castle and there's a princess in the castle. And your goal as Mario is to save the princess in the castle. So that's a metaphor that I want to use where, in our metaphor with your education, this is you as an OSU student. And instead of rescuing a princess in the castle, this time the goal that you're getting at here is your dream grades or the information or knowledge that you want to get out of this course. So a lot of students, unfortunately, think of my role in their education something like this, where they're imagining me being like, yeah, the troll from the bridge, there's like an obstacle, and like, you're not going to get the grades unless you get through me. And I'm afraid that that really doesn't fit my personality, and it doesn't fit my idea of what education should be like either. I don't think that your college education should be about you against your professors, to try to, work the system and get the grade that you want to get. So don't think of that as being my role in your education. But likewise, I don't think of it this way either, which unfortunately some students think of themselves. And they need to be, somehow transported or brought about to their grades that they want. And in this case, that might be whisking you away and taking you directly to all of your goals. And that's not that doesn't fit in with my teaching philosophy either, because where I'm not here to be an obstacle for you, I'm also not here to just do everything for you. Really, none of your professors in college are. So what is my goal if it's neither of those things? I like to think that it's a little bit more like this, where you are doing all the work yourself. And so in this course, you are very much in the driver's seat of your own education. So we have 13 modules in the course. Each module has a topic. So we have lecture videos for you to watch with each of those topics. We have a quiz for you to do. And then there's a discussion, which is where you have a chance to, within that topic, pick your own specific interest and provide some additional information relevant to that. So we have that umbrella topic that we're working within, but your individual sub-interest, you get to pick, what articles you want to read, what kind of stuff you want to talk about, what you want to learn about. So in that way, you are very much in control of your own education. And my role is really just to be the guide where I'm, putting it together and saying, this is what we're covering this week. Let me make some lecture videos where I'm going to talk to you about the basics of each of these topics. And then sort of what you do with it is up to you. So I'm really more of a guide than anything else. And with this course being available online and asynchronously, you can sort of take me anywhere. I like the idea of being your education buddy. You can take these lecture videos to the gym, put it on, if you've got a tablet or your laptop, and you can put it on the treadmill and you can like listen to the lecture videos while you're working out at the gym. Or, you can put it on the kitchen counter while you're making cookies, and I'll make cookies with you. And so you can kind of take these lecture videos with you everywhere. One of the things that I'm going to ask you to do is introduce yourself to the other people in your discussion group. And while you don't have to introduce yourself with a meme, I recommend it because I think that there's a lot of different memes out there. And my challenge for you then is to see if you can find a meme that's just a little bit too real, that it fits your life just a little bit more than maybe you would like it to. And in my case, I would choose this meme that says, sometimes I shock myself with the smart stuff I say and do, but then there are times that I try to get out of the car with my seatbelt still on. So like I said, you don't have to have a meme, but if you happen to be able to find a meme that really is like that, those kind of memes that make you feel like personally attacked in a good way, that's what I would aim for with those introductions. So I look forward to seeing some of those.